Hello, everybody. I would also like to welcome you as a part of the host in Albena, as we are a company part of Albena. And I've decided to make my presentation in English to honor all the guests which are from abroad. I know that there are a few members from all European countries attending this project. And it was a very nice presentation, the previous one by Dr. Gaze. And I would like to keep the positive thoughts about the future of renewable energy, as this is something that we just recently invested in. And we would like to believe that the future is bright, and it will come up to other investments in renewable energy. My presentation is about a project which was just completed last year. It started in, as all projects, it started as an idea which grew and became something real. We came with the idea in 2011, and it took us about 3 years to complete the first biogas plant in Bulgaria. Until 2 years ago, the only investments in renewable energy in Bulgaria was into solar and wind plants, and they actually, there are many of them, but this was the first biogas plant built in Bulgaria. There are already a couple others which are in construction. So I will briefly describe the process of biogas production, as some of you might not be familiar with it. Biogas is produced through anaerobic fermentation of organic matter, and the end product is methane gas, which depending on the substrate consists of about 50 to 70% methane. The rest is basically carbon dioxide and a little bit of H2S. This product is either burnt into a cogeneration plant to produce electric and thermal energy, or is purified and used as a natural gas in the national grid. This is not yet in Bulgaria. It's very popular in Germany, but not here yet. Very briefly, once again, the whole process goes through digesters. The fermentation starts in the first digester, where the bacteria decomposes the organic matter. Then it goes to a process of a secondary fermentation, and the end product of the organic matter is actually organic fertilizer, which go back to the fields where we came with the original produce for the substrate. I will not get into too many details, but this is something that I would like to keep your attention on. This is how we actually started with the idea of the biogas plant, because Albena, most of all, is a touristic company, and investing into renewable energy is something new for the company itself. Many of you might think that with the renewable energy plant, we directly guaranteed some of the energy supplies for the company, but we decided to indirectly guarantee some of the other produce which is necessary for the resort. With building the biogas plant, we are actually consuming some of the agricultural produce which are producing, and the end energy which is on the heat side, we are putting back into producing vegetables and fruits which are used in the resort, which is very important for our guests, because we can guarantee fresh produce and quality produce in the resort. And the other end product, which is the organic fertilizer, we also use into agriculture to supply this fresh and quality produce. There are actually two plants on the screen, as you can see on the bottom right. The first one, called Momciu, is the one we already built, and the second one, which is in planning process, is nearby the resort. And the idea for the second plant is to supply the resort with heat energy and to extend the touristic season, which is something very important for Bulgaria. As some of you know, we have a short summer season, and each week we can add to the season or each month is very important for us. So our idea is to implement the heat energy in the resort, to heat up the hotels, and maybe in the near future, why not have some heated open-air swimming pools, which will be fantastic for our guests. So this is something coming up in the next couple of years. As I told you, the first stage of the biogas plant, which was already built, is 1 megawatt electrical energy and 1 megawatt thermal energy. We're also planning an extension with half more megawatt, which should be coming in the next couple of years as well. Just a few words about the construction process. As I told you, this was something very new for the country, for Bulgaria, and it took us some real effort to go through it. The construction itself continued for about 6 to 8 months, and the main participants was a construction company which undertook the civil works, the biogas technology supplier, which was a German company, and the Cogeneration supplier, which was an Italian company. So all three of them, thanks to them, we had our plant completed. And I've decided to put some pictures. This is how it looked like before we did any construction. This was the site in the very beginning. This is how we started. It was winter time. It was very tough. This is December. We had lots of snow, but anyway, the construction went on. These are just the first parts of the digesters being built throughout the whole winter. This is the digester one already completed. This is how it looks like. Now it looks much better, actually. These are the 3 digesters already completed. As I told you, the biogas technology was applied by one of the biggest German companies. It's a trusted partner, MT Energy. Maybe some of you have already heard of this company. This is how the digesters look like with some clothing on. Now it's impossible to have a look inside as they're full with substrate which is fermentating. The Cogeneration, which was supplied by AB Energy, also one of the biggest companies in Italy to supply cogeneration plants. This is how it looks like. This is a 1 megawatt engine. And also a few words about the starting process, as this usually in countries which already have a few biogas plants built up, they take substrates from one another, so it's easier to start up a new biogas plant. But in our case, as we were the first one in Bulgaria, our startup process was a little bit more complicated. We had to collect manure from nearby cow farms, heat it up, and increase the number of bacteria in the substrate itself. So this took another couple of months. This was the initial feeding of the fermenters with manure. And this is how it looks like now. This is the completed plant. Since August 2013, it's in operation, and it's been working with full power so far. Now, I would like to say a few more words about the future project that we have. I know this was incorporated in the demo, which we were awarded about by the GB factory, and it's something that we would like to build nearby Albena. It's the second plant, which is also planned to be with 1 megawatt electrical and 1 megawatt thermal energy. And we don't have so much photos or designs yet, but I'll be able to show you what's the main idea. This is where we are now in the resort of Albena. The area marked with yellow is the site that we are planning for the second biogas plant. It's just nearby the resort, as you can see. The blue area is a new aqua park that we are building. You've all passed by it on the way to the hotel. You've seen it's a huge construction site, and it will be a magnificent aqua park. And part of the heat energy we are planning to use in the aqua park to heat up the swimming pools and the water used in the slides, so that the aqua park could be operational since April, for example. Why not? When the outside temperature is about 15 to 20 degrees, people will be able to use the water in the aqua park. And also part of the heat energy we will supply to the area marked in red, which is the hotel that we are in right now, and the nearby hotel that the resort is planning to have operational for all year-round operations, which will be basically a revolution in the resort. As at the moment it's impossible to heat up with electrical energies. It's very costly. So this will change the whole face of the resort once it's built up. This is just a small design layout of how it will look like. And yeah, basically that's all. And I have a short video to play as well. Yeah, I know about the awarding. I would like to use this brief moment to thank all of the members of the GB Factory project, and thank you for the award, as I wasn't able to be present at the awarding. So it was an honor for us to receive this award. It's part of the EU strategy, it's part of the EU policy, and we're very glad that we became one of the companies in Bulgaria to receive this award. Thank you.